Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm doing a video in my bed tonight, and the reason I'm in my bed is because I'm exhausted from over 2 hours at the gym. So I'm just laying here and resting, and it's really strange because I pulled my upper right back yesterday at the gym kicking after yoga class, and it hurt bad. And I was like, oh, I'm going to be out for a week or more. And it hurt going to the gym today, so I said to myself, well, all I'm going to do is the sauna and some really light weights, and then really light weights turned into heavier weights, and uh, just started to do more stuff, and and that turned into lots of weight on biceps, triceps, and shoulders, and chest, and back. Uh, and yeah, I just for about 45 minutes ripped my upper body apart, and then sat in the sauna for another 25 minutes, and then kicked for I didn't think I was going to be able to kick. I kicked for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes as well, and I was able to do some hard kicks, and that surprised me because I thought I was like going to be crippled. I thought I was out for the count, but something happened while I was at the gym because my shoulder didn't start feeling better when I got to the gym. Like going to the sauna may have helped it loosen up a little, but I go to the sauna every day, almost every day anyway. So something miraculous happened. My right upper back got fixed. So that's awesome. So why am I telling y'all about the gym? Well, this video is about doing exactly what my heart wants in full authenticity of who I am, exactly what I feel inside that I want to do. I've asked myself this many times. Like, I'm here on this earth as a traveler, an adventurer, an explorer. I'm conscious somehow for some mysterious reason. And so, what is it that I want to do while I'm here? I know I'm mortal. I know I'm not going to live forever. So, what do I want to do while I'm here with my life in this short blip of existence while I'm alive? Because it's a short blip of existence. We get to experience this earth, all the joys and sadness and sorrows and pains and difficulties and struggles and bliss, the occasional bliss and wonderful experience. Life is like 90% kind of grinding it out, going through turmoil, struggle, and difficulty, and 10% incredible experiences. Roughly, it's been the ratio in my life. Some people that maybe it's the opposite for them. That's fine. So what does my heart want to do? And so I look back to something I struggled with since my earliest memories, and that was talking to girls. So for some reason, some mysterious reason, I've always been shy around other girls, women, as I've gotten older. And why is this? Ever since the first girl I met or talked to, like my first memory of actually having a conversation at a lunch table was with a girl named Gretchen, and I think it was in third grade at this school called Indian Prairie in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and I was nervous to talk to her, and I felt awkward. So I have this innate nervousness and awkwardness in me, some autism spectrum stuff going on, whatever you want to call it. I don't know exactly what it is, and I don't want to invite any belief systems in me to believe about it, but I 100% know I've got some autism like tendencies. I can feel it, like as I think and interact, and I'm sure a lot of people do too. Like pretty much everyone I talk to, if I say, if you were to go up to someone you don't know and talk to them, would you be nervous? And they would say yes. So I'm like, okay, everyone's nervous to go up to talk to people they don't know. For guys, what about if they were to go up to talk to a woman they don't know? Would they be nervous? Every guy I talk to says yes. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Why? Why is this? Is it because the guys think they will like get told to screw off or something bad, bad by that woman? I don't know. There's just the fear of probably lots of different fears. There's just a lot of unknowns around it that people think about. Maybe there's a boyfriend or a crazy ex boyfriend or a husband that's got a shotgun. Like, who knows? There's so many things to think about. Okay. So, regardless, my heart, I'm going to get to the point now. My heart wants to learn and understand talking to women in person. I've done online dating apps and I've done numerous dates using online dating apps, probably 300 or so now. So using online dating apps doesn't interest me anymore. And plus they're just I actually have an advantage when I use online dating apps because I'm tall and relatively average looking or just slightly above average looking. So I have an advantage on them, but I don't like them because you don't get to like approach the person in person and say something to them and allow for whatever happens to happen. You're just texting with words over a phone. There's no voice. Yes, video chats and stuff are nice, but there's something about approaching and talking to a woman in person that I don't know that's just fascinating and interesting to me. The best way I can explain it. It's maybe it's like I feel like I'm playing Russian roulette when I do it or something. Maybe it's because it's not boring, but there's something more to it for me. And so I've been writing this fifth book about my journey of doing what's called cold approaching women in person. And there's been probably about, I don't know, 35 to 40 women I've approached in person in the last 39 days. I think this is day 39. I've had a couple dates doing it. And so the rate of dates is much slower than online dating for me. Online dating, I once had a week where I had 7 dates, and here I am 2 dates in almost 40 days. So my pace of dates may make this book take 5 to 10 years. At the rate it's going right now, it's going to be 5 to 10 years, and that's fine. If this book is my most passion, the thing I'm most passionate about, writing about my experiences, going up to women and talking to them, and everything that's happening, then 5 to 10 years is worth it, in my opinion, to try and get 50 dates from it and to learn to connect connect with people I talk to in person. Really, that's the end goal. Like, and men and women are naturally, for the most part, attracted to each other, designed to interact and connect with each other. And everything I'm learning while I'm doing this is interesting. I suck at it. Let's just call it what it is. I look at the results I've had over the last 40 approaches, and it's like I've had it. It seems to be about for every 10 approaches I do, there's one pretty good one that it's like, oh, okay, this person could possibly be something like a date, possibly. And then there's another person where it's like maybe there's something here, and then the other 8, it's just like it's a disaster. Or they're married, they have a boyfriend, or the, rarely does someone say I'm flat out not interested. They'll say I have a boyfriend if they're not interested. It's just easier that way. I had someone give me a fake number while out dancing. That was kind of funny. But so so it's not a path for the faint of heart, because there's a lot of rejection and failure in it. And it's like, it's that way with anything new you're starting. It's just going to be that way. That's why it's the kind of the cream of the crop. If this is a pyramid, the cream of the crop, the best of the best at something are at the top of the pyramid. And it's because they put in that 10,000 hours. They become a master at what they're doing. And so I was that way with basketball back in third grade too. I was terrible at it. And I was terrible at it till about seventh or eighth grade. So it took me 5 years to get good at basketball. 5 years to actually get decent and learn how to shoot and be pretty good. Now I've been single and on my own for almost 10 years now. So I have experience. I have already have learnings and experiences. So it's not like I'm starting this journey of trying to get 50 dates through cold approach, like I'm starting brand new with no idea about anything. Nevertheless, I suck at it and I can tell. I've at least gotten better at going up to people I see that I want to talk to. That was hard at first because for the most part, I would just look at someone and say, no, no. And that still happens. Actually, it happens more often than not still. But instead of it being 0%, it's like 10 to 15% of the people I want to talk to, I do. And I want to get that to the point where it's like 50% of the people I want to talk to, I do. So I need to at least have the numbers, every person I want to talk to, as much as possible, talk to them. And I've had some good conversations and fun conversations, and largely it's working on just being a social person that can do small talk and notice things and talk about them. That's a big part of what it is. When I go approach someone and talk to them, it's kind of weird unless I get to the point of why I'm doing it. And I think about myself, like if I'm at the grocery store and some person just comes up and starts talking to me and rambling on, I'm going to think that's kind of weird. So I don't, so there's all these things to learn. There's a structure to this. So I'm writing this book and talking about that structure and all these nuances that you have to pay attention to. And the difficulty of it. I probably need to do another 100 or 200 approaches before I start to see some success here. I don't know what the number is, but if I were like thinking about, okay, when's my breakthrough point? If I've done like, let's call it 40 approaches, then I'm like 20% of the way there to 200 approaches. So basically, I need to get to day 200 of this before I'm any kind of decent. It's like, oh, that's a long time. Okay. But I have noticed that when I leave my condo and I go to the grocery store or the gym or yoga class or dancing, and I talk to someone I know I should talk to, I can feel it. Like I can feel like I need to talk to that person, and it doesn't matter what the outcome is. I can just, my body's telling me, like my higher self, whatever you want to call it, is saying there's a person, go talk to them. And so I do, and I just express myself in whatever way comes up. So I'll say, that's a cute hat, or you're gorgeous, or a variety of things. It's whatever comes up. I'm not trying to think about it beforehand. It's just saying authentically what I want to say to that person when I approach them. And if this was easy, I think everyone would be doing it, but they're not. And I can see why they're not, because it's hard getting failures and rejections. That's not easy. But that's okay. It's like that's part of the deal. And those are only mine to really deal with. I think every person I've talked to, they have their own life, and I'm not even a blip on the radar. Even like the people I had good conversations with or had dates with, I'm still like I'm a nothing in their entire life. I'm like this little dot that appeared, but I'm not really that important. And so that helps me kind of put the rejections and stuff into perspective when they happen. But I'm enjoying the journey, and it's like a process of levels. So level one is, can you just go up to people and say hi? Hey, how's it going? Cool hat. And then start saying a few things while you go up to them. And that's it. And I think I've got level one, I'm doing better, but I haven't mastered even level one yet. To always talk to someone that I feel that I should talk to. And the reason every time I don't talk to someone, it's always because I'm afraid it's going to be awkward. I'm afraid I'm going to say something silly and they're going to look at me like I'm a lunatic, and they're going to be like, get this creep away from me. These are the things that cause me not to say hi to someone. And then level two, which I've I've had 2 dates on, is to go through a series of steps to get someone's phone number to actually take them on a date. And that requires, you can't just go up to someone and say, hey, want to go on a date. That doesn't work. Like 99.9% of the time, that's not going to work. I think there are rare cases it could, but suffice it to say, I'm learning like what's the proper way to socialize and interact with someone. This is something that doesn't come naturally to me. I mean, I can talk to all of you on my YouTube channel. That comes easy to me because I just say whatever's going in my head. But it's not like um, my my phone or anybody's gonna like do something to me while I'm doing this video. So this part's easy. But um, yeah, there's been multiple times I wanted to give up doing this, the very thing that my heart wants to do. It wants to go through this growth. This It's like this last dating adventure. Basically, I can feel it. That once I've closed closed the once I've closed this out, either by meeting someone or reaching the 50th date, I know that this portion of my life will be done. So I'm enjoying this unique chapter of my life for the next year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, for however long it is. And then it'll end, and either I'll be with someone or I'll kind of be a wandering monk of some kind of sorts. That's where this is headed. But the story to tell through doing this, that's kind of interesting. So, yeah, that's what my heart, when I dug deep, it said, do this. This is what I want to do. And so I'm honoring that inner child, or whatever you want to call it, that wants to go out and play and experience this thing that's difficult, that people are generally afraid to do. And I get why they're afraid. There's a lot of things to think about. It's like, you don't want to be a creep. It's like, yeah, you want to be careful, but at the same time, I want to express myself authentically. And that's another piece of this journey, is me expressing myself exactly what I'm feeling or thinking when I talk to people, and knowing that I get the gift of my own expression, that the gift of doing that is far greater than anything that person could do for me. There's nothing a person can say to me after I express myself authentically that is going to give me a greater sense of peace and being proud of myself than the very act of the thing I said. And I'm learning to do that. And so maybe after 200 days, I've mastered level one. That I'm going up to people I want to and saying hello and striking up a conversation. And level two is taking that conversation through a series of steps to the eventual point where I ask for their phone number or a date. And then level 3 is likely progressing dates to second or third dates, or there's other things. But these first two levels certainly are, I need, they must be mastered if I'm gonna ever finish this book before I die. I'm going to have to master the art of talking to everyone I see that I want to talk to, and taking them through a series of steps that's enjoyable for them, that helps them get to know me and feel connected to me and me to them. That's really what it comes down to. It's like, what does it take to connect with someone? And then if there's no connection or commonality, that's fine too. But if there's a chance for it, and I learned how to facilitate that, kind of like I learned to shoot a basketball, or I learned to create a YouTube channel and do YouTube videos. There's learning for how to do this. There's learning for how to do so many different things. And so I have some YouTube channels I watch that are helping guide me through this process. And but it's an adventure, that's for sure. It was awkward today at the gym. There was one gal who was married. I was doing my kicks on the heavy bag, and I saw her, and my body was like, go talk to her. Just say whatever the first thing come to your mind is. So I just went up to her, and I always like will kind of wave to someone and say, hey, how's it going? And I told her she was stunning, because that's what the first thing I thought of when I saw her. And she said, well, thanks, but I'm married. And then she just kind of walked off. And I kind of like was like embarrassed, but then I laughed about it, and I was like, I was proud of myself that I went up to her and said authentically what I exactly wanted to say, and that's really what matters. And generally, most people are not mean about me approaching them. Yeah, I've rarely had someone ever. Because approaching people in person, I didn't just start this 39 days ago. I've been doing it off and on over the last almost decade, but I'm really putting a concentrated effort into it since the last 39 days. And it's hard. And yeah, I've wanted to quit several times because I suck at it. And it's like when you go to the gym for the first time, you don't notice anything. And even after a week or two, you don't notice much. But after months and months in the gym, you start to notice some things. And hopefully I start getting decent at this. And if I don't, then I will just have funny stories to tell about the awkward situation that I have had happen. I was doing some chest flies, and there was these two sisters next to me, and my body was like, say hi to them, introduce yourself. And that's what I said was, hey, how's it going? Y'all two look like sisters. And they were. And the older sister was kind of teaching the other um, some one-legged squats and other things on the machine next to me. So I chatted with them for a minute and got their names. It was Laura and Jackie, and said it was nice to meet them, and that was it. And did I say hi to anyone else? Anyways, I had at least two people I said hi to today. And so if I say hi to even one person per day, I'm pretty proud of myself. But hopefully I can get that up to 5 people per day. That would be my ultimate stretch goal is, and these are people I want to talk to, not just like randomly talking to people. It's like, no, I need to see the person, and I need to say, okay, that's a woman I want to talk to. So it's not like I could just, easily say hi to 5 people, but that's not the criteria I'm going by. These have to be people that I actually would like, want to talk to, or find attractive or interesting. So that's my journey I'm on. That's where Jeremy J's YouTube channel is going. And one of these days I'll do like a vlog of it. I'll do a vlog where I go to a park. Probably a park's the easiest, because a mall or the gym or a public place like that is kind of awkward if I'm walking around with a camera, but the park's not too bad. I can see myself going to a park and doing it. Actually, I think I will. I'll go to Liberty Park one of these afternoons or evenings and spend an hour or two doing it. And after I do it, I'll kind of walk you through what happened, and you'll probably get to see me get rejected, and you'll probably get to see some awkward interactions, and that's fun. That'll be entertaining for all of you, and maybe you'll see something good go down. That would be cool as well. But you'll get to kind of join me on this process, and I'd say this is like the final act of my path of personal growth and discovery. Is this. Once this act is over, of course, I'm not going to stop learning and growing in life, but I think life will start to become a lot simpler. I will either have become a monk or found someone to ease into life with. We'll see what happens though. So anyways, this video is getting kind of long, 26 minutes. That's what I've been up to, is I'm laying in my bed chatting with y'all, and I'm tired now from a long evening at the gym, and I made some beef burger patties tonight with some salmon and a little bit of cheese. They're pretty good. Anyways, that's all I have to say for now. Hope you all are doing well. What do you think about this journey I'm on? Is it nuts? Is it crazy? What I think about it is that I'm actually following exactly what my heart wants to do. So whatever the result of this is, I'm at least following that internal guidance and aligning with my higher self. And appreciate y'all watching. Namaste. I'll see you in the next video.